Manly 30-12. Boys, Manly starting to find a bit of stride.
Yeah, they are. And I thought the talking point of the day was having Cheese back, Brandon Smith back for South Sydney. But South just couldn't. 24 missed tackles in the first half. You can't win footy games missing that many tackles. And they were never in control. South Manly, they just chipped away and found the little kinks and the weaknesses in the defence of the South Sydney. Like this try here, for instance, this is probably what I'm talking about the most. Just the fact that Turbo can come so far across backfield and no one gets near him and he scores a try. So just bits and pieces like that for South Sydney. But, you know, well done to Manly. Had a bit of a shaky season, but back in the winner's circle.
Yeah, we'll let you know, two people, as Hindy said, Brandon Smith making his debut for South Sydney today. And he's come off an ACL, Brandon, and with about 10 minutes to go, he left the field holding that same knee. So we'll keep you updated. We believe at the moment that he hasn't redone it, so fingers crossed he hasn't. But as I said before, we'll let you know what's going on there. But, boys, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, Manly are a different animal, aren't they, at Brookvale Oval? They just seem to excel and just go far and beyond. Sold-out crowd there, obviously. The atmosphere in local footy is just phenomenal, isn't it? You know, with a capacity crowd.
The Manly fans turn out there, don't
they? They love their footy.
They enjoy a bit of Sunday Arvo footy at 4 points.
Yeah. Scully, do you like seeing Tommy Turbo in the centres, or would you prefer him at fullback?
Oh, I prefer him at fullback, to be honest with you, because I think he's more effective. You know, he's got the more open space from there, yeah, so I prefer him at fullback, but he's still not a bad centre, is he?
Yeah,
he's a decent player. Now, the Tigers 30-28 early today.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Off the top, a special mention to the Fainu brothers. The three of them picked up a try. Fantastic. They were sensational. I thought Adam Dewey was terrific at 6. And I tell you what, a bloke, Fletch, we take about 4, a young bloke who went into hooker. Of course, Appy was injured and Talon De Silva's left the club. Tristan Hope, mate, he dug in, Benny.
Yeah, when you see him, his service from dummy half is second to none. It's as good as I've seen anywhere. And I don't know where he's been hiding, this kid. I haven't seen him for...
He's been up in Queensland Cup for a long... He fires it out of dummy half, doesn't he?
And that first pass is so important for the other players, as we all know, is they get that fraction of a second more up their sleeve. And, look, his defence was first class. And, you know, once you lose someone, there's always someone around the corner, and you know we've got a terrific depth there at the Tigers.
Your front row was when we're on the field together. Yeah. Pole and May. I mean, May was again brilliant, but he wasn't too far behind him.
No, they were both,
and they haven't really had the luxury of having them both on the field. When they're both on the field playing together, it just gives it allows Dewey and young Fainu the space to, and that's what they did in that first half.
But also, too, the leadership from Alex Twoll today.
First game as captain.
As skipper, he's 1 from 112. He's a champion, but he's had a good season too. But, yeah, the Tigers, they seem to have a good game plan at the start of the game. They just played flat and fast, the quick play the balls. Dewey onto the ball. Dummy half was getting out. And the younger forwards from the Chooks, they were gassed. They were gassed early. They were leaving a lot of gaps, and the Tigers took advantage of it.
I'll tell you what, boys, we're going to head back to 4 Points Park and have a chat to our man, Jake Travojevic. Jake. Hey, Jake, how you going? Mate, it's been a difficult last 5-6 weeks, but a couple of wins in a row, just what you needed.
Yeah, thanks, Matty. It has been pretty tough, but yeah, to get a couple of wins, especially in front of a great crowd today on lots of former players here as well, is really nice, and heading into a bye, so hopefully that eases the pressure and everyone can be happy for a week or so.
Hey, Jakey, congratulations on the win, buddy. What about DCE's try celebrations? Did you come up with that? Did you tell him that he's getting a little bit on?
Yeah, I think he come up with that earlier in the year when he started getting the back spasms. So I guess he's nearly 40. So.
Jakey, Hindy, mate, well done on a great win. Just on try celebrations, Ruben Garrick, I know you're meant to give money, you know, money goes to charity when you do a good celebration, but his was that shit. I think they're going to take money off him.
I reckon you should fine him. He got a $1,000 fine for, you know, in the judiciary early in the year. He nearly cried. So I reckon we should fine him for a terrible celebration.
Good on you, Jake. Well done, mate. Got the bye and then the Storm coming up. Go and enjoy the win, mate. That doesn't matter, mate. Go on your way.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Good on you, pal. There he goes.
I love him.
One of Just one of the
He's
great
just the
blokes.
nicest bloke, Matty.
Oh, he's
I mean, that
fantastic.
bloke is such... You just cannot not love him enough, that bloke. He's such a good bloke all round. And, you know, they're still the winning captain of the State of Origin series. And what a legend man of he just takes everything in his stride.
Great family.
Good man.
Great family. Now, my Maccas I'm loving at the moment, the debut of young rooster Max McCarthy. Now, young Max, this week, an article by Christian Nicolussi, said that Max was a young man, never wanted to play rugby league, but Brian Fletcher did an appearance on the footy show with Channel 9 back in the day and did a shout-out for young players for the Paddington Colts, and he turned to his old man and he said, Dad, you know, can I have a game? And look at
There
Fletch.
you go.
What
There you go.
inspiration.
That's what we do here.
We make dreams a reality. No, yeah, he's a bona fide Roosters junior. Grew up in Bondi, so there's
He's the one.
There's not many of us.
Second one.
Just spitting them out left, right, and centre.
I mean, today there was only the 6 of them. There was only Teddy.
Yeah, because Bernie, if you sign them before 28 years of age, they're actually a junior.
Correct.
Oh, he said how it works.
Hey, just because Fletcher, you know, just letting people know, there'll be a lot of kids out there, a lot of disgruntled youth. Have you got any other words of inspiration? Maybe we don't talk about your lifestyle.
If you're going to graffiti trains, honestly, don't do it while the train is in motion. Wait till they're parked. Get your tag on there. I mean, it's dangerous.
Sage advice.
Yeah.
Well done, Fletch. Excellent. 22-18, the Broncos over the Dogs. I'll tell you what, first half, Dogs led this game, Scully, 18-0. You're out at the game?
Yeah, I was there, yeah, and there was only 1 team in it for an hour. But then the halfbacks there for the Broncos in Reynolds and Ezerman, they just took over, didn't they? And they got on that bit of roll. But also, too, what I was impressed with, certainly, was the 2 back rowers for the Broncos. And what I'd like to see more nowadays is back rowers running out nice and wide, hard and straight, rather than looking at coming back on the unders. And that's what literally got the Bulldogs out wide there on Friday night.
Oh, mate, they were very, very good. As you said before, Sco, the first half, it was just going to be, you know, the Dogs by how many. And you're right about Ezra Mann. Like, he and Reece Walsh coming back into that side has given a bit more cut and thrust. But that's a big win for the Broncos.
But also, but they started going straight, didn't they? You know, they started going straight to the defence rather than just looking maybe to pass the ball early and going across the field. They went straight. The back row was nice and hard straight from there. Brought the defence, and in the end, fully deserved the victory.
Hey, Benny, we said before, mate, Kevy Jean Blake, Billy Walters, mate, he was the one that turned it around.
Oh, absolutely. I said that to Kevy here earlier today in the green room. I said, mate, your son is playing a good football as I've ever seen a number 9 play, and his impact to the Broncos is just phenomenal. He's just knows his timing is good, his pass is very good, his vision is he kicks from dummy half. But the other night he turned the game for the Broncos.
He did, Benny.
No question.
All the noise about in the off-season they were training too hard. Well, now you can see why they train so hard. Because the back end of the heart. They've done that twice now. They did it against Cronulla. Now they've done it against the Dogs.
Look at Shibasaki. I mean, the difference. You know, that hard. Mate, Payne has. I mean, the proof's in the pudding. And that's 4 in a row for the Broncos. Sorry, mate. Now,
hang on. Why are you laughing?
oh no, we just had a little bit of an in joke there. Again, that tuck shot, mate, it's good stuff.
No,
I wouldn't be able to resist.
At the medieval, they had these giant turkey legs.
What did they?
They got massive ones. You know, like in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here's something for you I haven't thought of for a while. Whatever happened to the Pluto pup?
Easter show.
Yeah, Dagwood dog.
Yeah, Dagwood. Okay. I'll always be Pluto pup.
It's been replaced by the trendy chip on a stick.
which are delicious.
Don't go for
I
it.
don't go for that either.
I do. Chicken salt.
What about you, Scully? How have you
Double up.
found our food out here?
The toffee
Have you found
apples?
the food?
Oh, yeah, very good. Kebabs, and chips.
And what about...
Have you eaten anything green? Like, we've got good salads and stuff.
Yeah. We're not going in the green room again.
Oh, okay.
We're not interested in salad and
And
water.
what about cold beer, Scully? How do you enjoy that? Is that
Plain
good?
tea, plain tea.
So that warm cat's piss you got back
Oh,
home?
yeah, but we put a bit of ice in it now. But, myself and the boys, we're certainly enjoying the cold beers over here, yeah, absolutely.
Well, down the green room, as you said, we saw it. One of them saw a lettuce leaf and panicked. He didn't know what it was. Now, news through the week. Lots been said with Lockie Galvin going to the club. You know, what's this going to mean? Well, through the week, Reid Marnie's off to the Cowboys. Good signing for the Cowboys. Toby Sexton, Gaz, good pickup. Catalans had a difficult season, but, mate, this bloke he's been very, very good in the last 12 months for the Bulldogs. And he'll be a good pickup for Catalan.
He will. He's very consistent, is he? And, the Catalans at this moment in time, certainly they're a sinking ship. Yeah, an absolute sinking ship. And nobody understands it, because when you look at that team on paper, it's quality, experience, and but Luke Keary, who's gone out this year, he's very disappointed by the way everybody's going. And the big problem for the Catalans is consistency.
Yeah.
Big consistency, you know. So it won't be easy for Sexton, but one thing for sure, hopefully, it'll bring that consistency and quality.
But can you believe it, Matty? Both of you played 7s and 6s over your career. Sexton's been the number 7 for the for the Bulldogs all year long, leading the premiership, and still not wanted.
It's very interesting.
What am I missing something?
It's interesting, Benny, what's going to happen from here, because there's always been someone out. They've never actually been able to say, right, where the card's going to sit. I think, personally, because Burton played centre because Crichton was not there, but Crichton comes back, what happens? I think it's Sexton and Burton and young Galvin coming off as a 14 at the moment. You know, that's what it's done, abandon the mule that takes you to the top of the hill.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, why break something that's not broken? I mean,
that's right.
The number 7 was going great.
The proof's in the pudding, yeah.
The pudding? In the pudding?
It's just the way the cookie crumbles.
It does.
My Maccas I'm loving at the moment was the Raiders fullback Kyle Weeks. He got a hat-trick yesterday. This kid just keeps improving. I suppose it typifies what this whole Raiders team is. They just keep fighting. Who would have thought that they are now bees away from minor premiership? They've got 2 more buys to come. Pretty soft draw.
Yeah, they'll wrap it up.
This kid here, in open field play, like I know Reece Walsh is very good. I know Teddy and Ponga, but this kid, when he gets the ball in his hand, he just...
Last year, the most improved player in the comp was Zach Lomax. KO's the most...
Yeah.
He's the most improved player in the competition. Been fantastic. And they win again, 28-24. The Raiders keep rolling forward. I will say that there is one thing. The last 2 weeks... they've let their opposition back into it, so they've still got a little way to go. But they're enjoying a great season.
Yeah, they are. I feel that they just do enough. I mean, they got out to a bit of a lead here, 22-6. Whether or not they just sort of put the cue in the rack, but they were out there without their 2 best forwards in Big Papa and Hudson Young. So. But yeah, it is becoming a trait, and when they get into the semi-finals, you can't be doing this sort of stuff.
Well, I asked you out in the green room who you thought would win the premiership, Matty, and the first thing you said, bang.
I think Raiders.
Straight away.
They got that sort of
hesitation.
Feel about them, man. You can see the confidence growing.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry for brashness.
Yeah. I mean,
it's in the pudding.
We're becoming our big words.
Yeah, mate. Youth. Power of youth.
Youth. That's
some would say naivety, but it's not.
No,
belief.
Yeah, belief. That's
guys,
consistent.
my Maccas I'm loving at the moment. It came from the same game, but it came from the press conference. Ricky Stewart defending Kyle Flanagan, which was very well said.
Yeah. Did the booing from the crowd towards Kyle spur on the team at all?
Never heard it. What would the crowd be booing Kyle for?
Just the kick in the conversion early in the game. They were quite passionate this camp.
I think they do that. No, that's good on. That's going to happen everywhere.
Probably a poor question too when you ask Shane about his son. I think it's a disgrace how you guys in the media are just absolutely bashing the kid. I think it's a disgrace what his so-called supporters, the so-called Dragon supporters, the social media, the bullshit that he has to listen to and cop. The way that boy has handled that from a mental point of view to being able to turn up every week. And he said, I'm tough enough, I'll handle it. I know he is. But it's awful. He led the charge for that team tonight, and they nearly come back on the back of him winning that game.
Yeah, well done to Ricky. He's had a long association with the Flanagan family.
Yeah, and Kyle's been, I think, as Ricky said, he's been playing some outstanding footy, Kyle. He got the Eels... he got the win over the Eels the other week as well, so he's...
It's the first time I've ever heard Ricky look after an opposition coach, I must say, a player.
Yeah, but it was very well said.
It was very, very well.
He had the courage to say it, didn't he? I mean, he didn't have to say anything, but he came out on his own volition and just wanted to say, this is enough's enough.
Yeah.
And social media, I reckon it should be signed off your full name and a phone number and a contact your email.
That's right.
Incredible.
Yeah. And the address of the parents' house, because you're in the, what do they say, down in the basement on the computer. It was dead shits. Storm 26-20 over the Cowboys. I tell you what, really entertaining game of football, this one. And after the game, the Storm boys, probably symbolises what a tricky game this could have been. They were over the moon.
Yeah.
I know no Origin stars, but...
Well, both sides were down on personnel, but... the amount of ball that Storm had early, they had 15 minutes of ball in that first opening, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Really gassed the Cowboys. But as soon as the Cowboys went down the other end, they managed to score points.
Yeah.
It was only the fact that the Storm kept the Cowboys away from their own end was the fact I think they got away with the win. But I thought Jakey Clifford was outstanding.
He was very good.
Yeah, awesome out there. Who else was... Meany at fullback. I thought for the Storm, filling in there for Pappenhausen was great.
And Pap's injured just before the game. He goes to fullback. Gaz, a lot of these blokes, Nick Meany and King and a few of them, the Melbourne Storm, a lot of time, they don't, like Grant Anderson, I'm sorry, he was, actually playing in the local comp in Newcastle. A lot of times they don't buy superstars, mate. They buy blokes who were at the time playing reserve grade and they make them into stars.
They make them into stars, and also too they all know the system straight away, don't they? I'm led to believe that before they come to Melbourne, this is the way that it's going to be. You want to be part of us, or you don't from there. But again with Melbourne, they've done it for a few years now. They find a way to win, don't they?
Oh, yeah,
they find a way to win, and then when the business end of the season comes, they know how to handle the pressure.
They do.
That's what makes them so good.
It's been remarkable. It has been.